Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.
Hey everyone, welcome to this week's circuit. So a lot of times my clients will ask me how many days a week they should be doing resistance training. And I always tell them 2 to 3 days a week with a rest period in between. Now don't forget to add in 20 minutes of cardio at least 5 days of the week. So today we're gonna start with a ball push-up. So remember, from what I told you in the demo video, you're gonna walk yourself out until your pelvis is right over the stability ball. Now, if you want to make this a little bit more difficult for yourself, walk yourself forward. Your arms should be a little bit wider than shoulder width apart. We're going to come down for push-ups for 1.5 minutes. So I'm going to keep a time. Ready? Here we go. Remember to bring your chin all the way down to the ground, keeping your tummy tucked in and your back aligned. Now another thing to remember while you're doing push-ups is when you're coming down, you're inhaling, and as you're coming up, you're exhaling. That is the hardest portion of the exercise. We are at 30 seconds right now. Remember to keep that tummy tucked in, keep breathing, don't hold your breath. That's easy to do. Remember, when you come to the top of your push-up, you should keep a slight bend in your elbow. I don't know if you're starting to feel it burn at all, but I am. So if it starts to get to a point where it's too difficult for you and you don't think that you can do anymore, remember you can always walk yourself back on the ball. Or like I said earlier, if it's not difficult enough, walk yourself forward. We're at 1:20 right now. 10 more seconds, we're almost there. Just keep doing the best you can. Keep breathing, push through the pain. And we're done. Great job. Now remember, with ball squats, you're going to place the small of your back against the ball and the ball is going to be resting on the wall. Walk your feet forward until all of your body weight is resting on the stability ball. Feet should be a little bit wider than hip width apart. Point your toes out to work your inner thighs and alleviate pain off of your knees and your lower back. So you're going to come down, forming a 90-degree angle with your legs, and back up. Okay, here we go. 1.5 minutes. Ready? Begin. Now, I'm using an 8-pound medicine ball. You don't have to use an 8-pound medicine ball because most of us don't have them at home. So, again, you can use a jug of water or a can of beans or a sack of flour, anything that you've got sitting around. You can even do this with a dumbbell. Now make sure you're breathing. As you're coming up, that is the concentric phase of the exercise. It's where you're working the hardest. So you want to be blowing your air out. Keep a nice steady pace going, not too fast. Quality, not quantity. Let me check the time. We're at about 1 minute right now. 30 more seconds. I'm really starting to feel this in my legs. And I'm sure the rest of you are too. But when you start thinking about what those legs are going to be capable of doing when you've done this circuit for 2 weeks, that's something positive to think about. Almost there. 3, 2, 1. Nice job. Let's get some cardio in this circuit. So the benefit of doing cardio during a circuit is to get your heart rate up. And when you get your heart rate up, it starts speeding up your metabolism. So let's start. a minute and a half. We can start slow, coming up with your right, followed by your left. And when we're halfway through, I'm gonna tell you to switch feet so you're coming up with your left, followed by your right. So this is pretty easy for me, so I'm gonna take up the intensity. And I would advise you to take up the intensity as well. You're not gonna get anywhere unless you push yourself. Get a rhythm going. Keep those arms swinging. Bouncing off your feet, keeping it nice and light. We don't want lots of pressure on your knees. Okay? We're gonna switch legs now, coming up with your left, followed by your right. Get that heart rate up. I'm starting to breathe heavy. Keep going. Remember, if you don't have stairs at home, which pretty much everybody does, you can have a step-up box, or even if you don't have stairs, jog in place. Forward, forward, back, back, forward, forward, back, back. Just like that. Keep going, we're almost there. 3, 2, 1. Stop. We're going to be doing the bent over row. So for a minute and a half, I'm going to start the timer. We're going to stand a little bit wider than hip width apart, slight bend in our knees, bend over, keep your tummy tucked in, bringing the weights up to your armpit. Good. So now as you bring the weights up, you're going to blow the weight out. And what I want you to do, you're going to concentrate on squeezing your shoulder blades together. Almost like if I tried to stick a pencil in between your shoulder blades, it would get stuck back there. Remember to keep your tummy tucked in, your back nice and flat. And as you get tired, because this exercise will become tiring, you're gonna wanna start lowering your shoulders and rounding your back. Remember to keep everything nice and tight. Keep breathing. Now remember, if this gets to be a little bit too difficult, you can rotate your hands, palms facing each other, and you're gonna pull the weights up to your armpits, your elbows gliding across your body. Let's check the time. 1:05, we're almost there. Keep it up, it's starting to burn. Getting much more difficult to maintain your posture. Your arms are burning, but you're almost done. Keep pushing through. 5 more seconds. We'll go 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Ball crunches, a minute and a half. Let's get started. So you're gonna roll yourself down on the ball, on the small of your back, and then push your body over the ball until your body is parallel with the floor. Let's start the time. Extend your back, bringing yourself up for a crunch. Now remember, I told you in the demonstration video that when you're coming up, you should be blowing your air out. I want you to pretend like your abdominal muscles are a washcloth full of water, and you're wringing out that washcloth. You're squeezing your abs as hard as you can. Remember to think about keeping a grapefruit between your chin and your chest, so you're not moving your neck muscles. You're only moving in your abdomen. Now, if this gets to be too easy for you, back up a little bit more on the ball. We're at 52 seconds. Keep going, you're probably starting to feel the burn right now. Now, a lot of times if you're not used to doing crunches on the stability ball, you'll feel yourself shaking when you come up and down. And that's completely normal, and that will go away as your body gets used to doing these exercises. 20 more seconds. Now, if you want to add in a little bit of oblique work, just twist your body as you come up to the top. Almost there. 3, 2, 1, and stop. How's everybody feeling? We're about halfway through. And so now I'm gonna add another cardio exercise to the circuit. It's a kettlebell swing. So stand with your feet wider than shoulder width, or hip width apart, excuse me. Point your toes out to the side. I'm gonna start the timer. Bringing your arm down and swinging it in between your legs, you're gonna use your momentum to bring the weight up over your head. Very good. Now remember to keep your tummy tucked in. I'm gonna do it from the side. Keep your tummy tucked in, your back nice and flat, and notice I'm pulling my pelvis forward as the weight comes up. I am not extending my legs fully. I am keeping a slight bend in my knee as I'm doing this. And you're gonna inhale as the weight drops, and exhale as you're bringing the weight up. Keep breathing through this. Skipper, I don't want to hit you. Now you don't get this at a gym, do you? We're a little over a minute. How you feeling? Now I'm using a 10-pound weight. Don't feel that you have to do that much. You can do anywhere from 3 to 10. And if you're super advanced, you can go over 10 if you feel more comfortable. But my arms are burning, and my forearms are burning from keeping the grip. And that's your first side. Now don't forget, we have to even out your body, so we're doing this on the left side. Remember to bring your pelvis forward. Keep breathing. Good. Keep your tummy tucked in. Keep pushing through. Your heart rate is going right now. And that's good. That's what we want. Short bursts of intense workout. You don't have to be working out for an hour and a half every day, but you just have to make every workout worthwhile. So I'm gonna check the time, about a minute. Keep going. I know you're getting tired. I'm getting tired too. Keep moving, keep everything tight, keep your posture strong. We're almost there. It's gonna feel so good when you're done with the workout. You're gonna have a sense of accomplishment. Almost there. 3, 2, sassy dog, and 1. Good job.
Good.
Okay, so here's your balancing multi-joint exercise. Remember, if you're sitting on a stability ball, you're gonna lift up one leg and balance yourself on that. Now I'm gonna get the timer going, and we're gonna go right into a bicep curl. Bicep curl, shoulder press, overhead, tricep extension, up and down. Let's take it up to tempo. Now, when you're doing the overhead tricep extension, I want you to concentrate on keeping your elbows nice and straight forward, facing right at your television. Perfect. Now this is one that I have to really concentrate while I'm doing, because it is not easy to do all of this balancing on a stability ball with one leg elevated. But we're working our core, we're working our balance, we're working our biceps, our shoulders, our triceps. So you are getting one heck of a workout with this exercise. Now, when we get to halfway through, which was about 15 seconds ago, that's okay. We'll switch legs, so elevate the other leg and keep going with it. Good. Now, a lot of people will say, oh my gosh, I can balance better on one leg than I can the other. And that's very common. Most of us have one side that is stronger than the other. Just do the best that you can and keep going. And if you start to lose your form, plant that foot on the ground and just concentrate on your arm movement. Let me check the time and we're done. Okay, using the stability ball, we're gonna use it to work our hamstrings for ball curls. So you're gonna place your feet and most of your calves on the stability ball. Go ahead, lay all the way down on your back, hands down to your sides. I'm gonna start the timer. Lift up your pelvis nice and tall. You're gonna pull the ball in and out. And that's basically all you're gonna be doing for this exercise. And if you've never done these before, you're probably thinking, that doesn't look that hard. Well, not at first. But you tell me how it feels after about 30 seconds. You're gonna start to feel this in your hamstrings, in your butt, in your calves, in your ankles, maybe in your triceps from balancing yourself on the ground. We're at 35 seconds right now. Now the hardest part of this is to concentrate on keeping your pelvis up. You're gonna get tired, your pelvis is gonna start to sag, and your butt is gonna come close to the ground. Remember, keep that pelvis up. Keep going. This is a lot to do in a minute and a half. Ball curls are difficult. So during this process, if you feel like you need to take a 5-second break, do so. Because if this is your first time doing ball curls, you're probably not gonna make it through the first entire portion of it. So we're at 1:12. We're almost there. Keep pushing through. I know it's burning. Don't let that pelvis sag. Keep it up. Keep everything nice and tight. We're almost there. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Here's the final exercise of your circuit, but you're only halfway done because you have to do the entire circuit over one more time. So I want you to do the circuit 2 times during your one workout session, and you're gonna do the circuit 2 to 3 times a week. So let's get started with burpees. Instead of timing them, we're just gonna do 10 burpees total. So remember, we're gonna get down, push our feet back, bounce back in, up, jumping jack. So that was 1. Down, out, in, up. Good. We're halfway there. This is number 5. How you feeling? Burpees are not easy. If you can't keep up with my pace, that's totally fine. Go at your own pace. Almost there. Just make sure you get through all 10 burpees. Doesn't matter how long it takes you. 1 more, here we go. Out, in, up. And great job, I hope you guys enjoyed the circuit.
Just know you're not alone, 'cause I'm gonna make this place your home.